Hi, I'm Emily Bodie and thank you for joining me as we chat about Victoria University's School for the Visitor Economy. The school is a cross-university school and delivers our hospitality and tourism industries with qualified professionals. The school teaches a range of industry-based programs, all the way from pre-vocational certificates through to our PhD programs. Joining me today to have a chat about the programs on offer through the School for the Visitor Economy is Dr. Joanne Pike. Joanne is the Director for the School for the Visitor Economy. We also have Dr. Colin Drake, Senior Lecturer and Course Chair at the Victoria University Business School, and SHAWN, who is the Manager of Hospitality, Tourism, Sports and Events for Victoria University Polytechnic. Welcome everyone, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Emily.
I might start with you, Joanne. Can you give us a little bit of an insight into what the School for the Visitor Economy is?
Okay. Emily, Victoria University has a really long history in tourism, hospitality and events education, and I think we were the first university to provide those courses in the 1970s. So we have a really large suite of programs that operate through the Polytechnic, through higher education and through our research institutes. So the school ties all of those programs together, and we present a coordinated front to industry and to the community. And I'd encourage anyone to have a look at our web page, which shows all of the programs that we have on offer. I guess the other really important thing about the school is that our mission is to work with industry to deliver the skills and capabilities to industry. And so those industry ties are really strong, and we maintain those so that our courses are relevant to the needs of industry, but also that students can hear from the experts, develop networks in their field, and have greater work opportunities when they complete their programs. So.
What makes Victoria University's programs different from other universities?
I guess one of the big distinctions is, and you mentioned it before, is that we're the only university where you could start at Certificate 2 and end up with a PhD. So we have those pathways. All of those pathways are integrated. But I guess because we're a large multidisciplinary university, you can also mix those qualifications up and develop dual pathways. So you might be really interested in tourism, but you might also want to take up some courses in marketing, for example. So it's a really large offer that you can adapt your program to suit your particular career needs.
So SHAWN, there are some exciting advancements at the Polytechnic in the areas of hospitality, events and tourism. Can you give us some insights into what these programs have on offer for students and what some of the potential career outcomes might be?
Yeah, sure. So students coming into the Polytechnic area of the university can study from a Certificate 2 level right through to now Associate Degree level and Advanced Diploma. We have courses in Certificate 2 in kitchen operations and hospitality, Certificate 3 level courses in commercial cookery, hospitality, travel and tourism, diploma level courses in hospitality management and advanced diploma level courses in hospitality management. And we now also deliver an associate degree specialising in hotel management as well. Students can expect to learn in a very practical, hands-on environment. We have a training restaurant that is fully student run, aptly named Venue at our Nicholson Street campus, where students get to learn in a real environment. They serve real customers and that prepares them for industry. We also use a lot of technology that is found in industry, so we teach our students GDS systems like Sabre and Galileo. We teach them Opera, Events Air for our events management students. So they get ready for industry and prepared to go into the world and work.
So you've heard a little bit about the Polytechnic courses. Colin, you're a Senior Lecturer and Course Chair in our Victoria University Business School. Can you tell us about some of the opportunities available to students in higher education and why the business courses might be a good choice for them?
I think a lot of students often don't know what they want to do at 17 or 18. And one of the benefits, I suppose, of the programs that are part of my purview are you do a Bachelor of Business primarily, but you have the opportunity to focus on tourism and hospitality management or event management or a combination of the two. So we have major and minor studies that you can pick up individual units, as Joe pointed out, and that allows you to come out with a tailored bachelor degree in an area that meets your interests and also areas that you feel more confident in. So the benefit is a broad-based Bachelor of Business degree can transport you anywhere in any type of role, but if you're specifically interested in working in the industries that we're here to talk about, then certainly that's going to give you a head start over a lot of other students.
Wonderful, so a bit of flexibility and adaptability there in our programs.
Indeed, and I think probably one of the things that set Victoria University apart is the block model, which has been introduced over the last 3 years. And we've done a lot about student-centred learning, and that's given us great benefits in the outcomes for the students, not only in their adaptability to that type of learning, but also the confidence that it brings in those small group environments.
We've had a few questions submitted by potential students. So Joe, I might start with you. So what kind of trends do you see happening within the hospitality, tourism and event management industries? And what might happen in the next 5 to 10 years? Are we thinking growth? Are we thinking decline? I'll ask you for your expert opinion.
Sure. Well, I think first of all, we have to really acknowledge that the industries have been hit very hard by the pandemic. But I think we need to bear in mind that up until late last year, it was the fastest growing industry compared to any other industry. So the tourism, hospitality and events, or the visitor economy, was growing at rates of 6% per year for over about 20 years. So we're coming from a really high base. Into the future, there'll definitely be a new normal. Things will change in ways that we can perhaps predict and some that will be unexpected. But some sectors are very likely to rebound quite quickly. So I think hotel management, people will want to travel more than ever. There's a lot of trends towards wellness tourism, nature-based experiences. I think a lot of people have got their bike out of the shed over this period, and so there's bicycle tourism. So all of those sectors are looking quite healthy and positive. There's also a big need for tourism planning, and there's roles in government and industry associations and so on. There'll be a demand for people to have senior level decision making and planning skills. Other sectors like events management are a little more difficult to predict, although the industry was very large. So I expect for some time it'll be smaller, but it will grow over time.
So definitely a complex landscape, but certainly not the doom and gloom that perhaps we were anticipating.
No, but there'll be shifting trends. Australians in particular love to travel. They love arts and entertainment and sport. And that's not going to disappear, and there'll be demand for skilled, experienced people in those fields. Yeah.
So Victoria University is one of the few providers that offers both TAFE and higher education qualifications. Shawn, I might direct this next question to you because we've had one come in about whether it's possible to pathway from our TAFE courses into university and whether or not it's a simple process.
Yeah, absolutely. It couldn't be simpler. So one of the advantages of studying with Victoria University is if you start in the Polytechnic, in a certificate or a diploma level course, then we have pathways through to all of our undergraduate courses, especially in Bachelors of Business that Colin spoke about. So all of those areas have good credits as well. So a student could study a certificate or a diploma level and receive credits into a bachelor's, which obviously takes time off their course and saves them money as well. And another distinct advantage, of course, is they don't have to go to another university. They can stay here at Victoria University. So it's a really simple process and a distinct advantage by studying within the Polytechnic and then moving through into the university.
Colin, I don't think it'll surprise you that a number of the questions coming through are around internships, placements, work integrated learning. Can you give us some insight into what opportunities there are for students and whether or not overseas placements might continue or come back, and what help our higher education courses offer students in seeking out these placements or internships?
Certainly. Work integrated learning is a fundamental part of the bachelor degree program. We have a minimum of 150 hours of placement for students within the Bachelor of Business, Hospitality and Tourism and Event Management, and that means that they can get practical experience working in a field that they hopefully want to be employed in. So at the very bare minimum, you'll do 150 hours and that will count to 1 unit of your bachelor degree. Equally, we have opportunities for overseas placements. They're usually called co-op education or cooperative education, and they can run up to 12 months and they are paid, generally speaking. So those cooperative arrangements can be done either onshore in Australia or overseas. Some of the companies that we have worked with in those type of cooperative education programs include the Walt Disney Group, so places like Disney World in Florida, things like Disney cruise ships, etc. There's a range of opportunities there. We've also had ground operations at Los Angeles Airport in the past. So a range of different types of opportunities, and locally in anywhere from sort of Crown Resorts, places like the Convention Centre, places like Eureka Tower and so forth. There are a range of those type of attractions. Hotel management is also quite popular.
So extensive opportunities and quite different ones as well, depending on what students' interests are. Indeed,
and I think one of the things that parents are very interested in is how is this degree going to help my child, son or daughter, get a job at the end? And I think one of the benefits of work integrated learning is that it allows that try before you buy for an employer. We've had many of our students go on to be offered positions within the companies that they've been immersed in for that period of time. The opportunity for overseas travel and to work in a cooperative education model is very exciting for a lot of students. So they get their overseas experience and they get to experience another country and be paid in a sort of a cosseted environment while still under the responsibility for the university from afar.
Exciting opportunities there. Thank you so much for sharing, Colin. We'll cross live now to Bobby McCumber, who is standing by with one of our current Bachelor of Business students who is specialising in event management and international tourism and hospitality. When we return, we'd like to thank Shawn for his participation in the panel. We will say goodbye to him and welcome SHANEAL Williams, who is one of our VU grads.
Thanks, Emily. That's right, I'm here with Megan Cleary, who is coming towards the end of her studies here at Victoria University. What are you studying? Now, the Business Integration Learning Unit, you've been a part of that. Tell us a little bit about that. How has that been for work experience for you, studying here and working with everyone here, the events committee? Be honest, how's your experience been? Now, I'll just go back to the Business Integrated Learning Unit. How do you think you could apply what you learnt during that into a career? I've got a question now for one of our panellists, and this goes to SHANEAL. What should Megan expect after she graduates and goes into the industry?
Thanks, Bobby. Sounds like a great experience, and welcome, SHANEAL, to the panel. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
To follow on from Bobby's question, give us a little bit of an indication about what you've been doing after you graduated from our Bachelor of Business in 2018.
Since then, I've had the opportunity to work with prominent hotel accommodation businesses, Hyatt and Accor. Currently, I am the Business Development Manager at Accor's property, Ibis on Swanston Street. It has been a great experience coming from the Bachelor of Business Hospitality Management. I had the opportunity to do WIL, so working integrated learning, and that prepared me for the industry that I was going into. Had the opportunity to work in many departments under the WIL program, so you're able to work in front office, you're able to do housekeeping. It gives you a little bit more of a rounded background, so that when you go into the actual workforce, you can do just about any opportunity in any department.
Sounds amazing. So what advice would you have for current students like Megan or anyone considering studying in the areas of tourism and hospitality?
If you're considering it, I would say do it. There are endless opportunities in the hospitality and tourism management industry, as there are, as I said before, an array of departments that you can work in. You're not limited at all. You can do accounting, you can do marketing, you can do just about everything. So I would say do it. There is no qualms about getting into that environment. I would say at Victoria University as well, I think it's the best place for it. The staff there is just phenomenal in regards to the sort of support that they provide you with. The challenges that you get as well from the actual work that you have to get done, I think it prepares you immensely for the actual industry.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. What might be next for you, do you think?
Just grow. Just keep growing with a core. Hopefully at some point moving from BDM into Director of Sales and Marketing.
Amazing. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
SHANEAL, Colin, Joanne, thank you so much for joining me today to have a chat about the School for the Visitor Economy. And thank you all for tuning in as well. So a really good understanding now about certificates all the way through to PhDs, an amazing opportunity for work integrated learning and placements, all delivered through our School for the Visitor Economy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.